It's a tower likened to a death trap. But before the fire, Grenfell was finished and approved. But how did it ever pass building control?
If we could have our building control expert now, Miss Beryl Menzies, please.
I do solemnly.
Today, an inquiry expert explained her 160-page report on Grenfell's building control, and there are many criticisms of the council, Kensington and Chelsea. Beryl Menzies concludes that the Building Control Department lacked a strategic policy to support the legal obligations of the council to achieve and enforce compliance with the Building Act and building regulations.
Can you just help us, when you say lacked a strategic policy to support those legal obligations, what exactly do you mean by that?
I've not seen anything in the disclosures that suggests to me that certain policies were followed to ensure that the requirements of the building regulations as regards time limits and getting decisions out and achieving compliance for completion certificates were within the department. If somebody said, oh, we're going to overclad it, I would have expected somebody to have said, well, what are you going to overclad it with?
And the council's record keeping of documents was also criticised.
From what I've seen, it was inadequate to allow any third party who was reviewing the project to ascertain whether compliance had been achieved.
The council says it weeded out some Grenfell documents and have now been lost forever.
Weeding is common practice and it's done for all sorts of reasons, but you have to be careful and have to know what you're doing when you're weeding. From what I've seen, the policy at RBKC as stated by the officers, it was effectively weeding down to the point where everything went.
Is it your evidence that, in fact, the works didn't comply and the certificate shouldn't have been issued?
Following the fire, everything I've seen indicates that the building did not comply.
Another expert will present her report tomorrow. Rags Martel, ITV News at the Grenfell Inquiry.